March 23rd. Judges 13, 14, and 15. Judges 13. And again, the children of Israel did evil in the eyes of Yah. So Yah gave them into the hand of the Philistines for 40 years. And there was a certain man from Zorah, of the tribe of Danites, whose name was Manoah. And his wife was barren, and had not borne. And a messenger of Yah appeared to the woman, and said to her, See now, you are barren, and have not borne, but you shall conceive, and you shall bear a son. And now, please guard, and do not drink wine, or strong drink, and do not eat any unclean food. For look, you are conceiving, and bear a son. And let no razor come upon his head, for the youth is a Nazarite to Elohim from the womb on, and he shall begin to save Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. And the woman came and spoke to her husband, saying, A man of Elohim came to me, and his appearance was like the appearance of a messenger of Elohim, very awesome. But I did not ask him where he was from, and he did not declare to me his name. And he said to me, See, you are conceiving and bear a son. And now drink no wine, or strong drink, nor eat any unclean food. For the youth is a Nazarite to Elohim from the womb to the day of his death. And Manoah prayed to Yah and said, O Yah, please let the man of Elohim, whom you sent to come against us, teach us what to do for the youth who is to be born. And Elohim listened to the voice of Manoah, and the messenger of Elohim came to the woman again, as she was sitting in the field. But Manoah, her husband, was not with her. And the woman ran hurriedly and informed her husband, and said to him, See, he has appeared to me, the man who came to me the other day. And Manoah arose and went after his wife, and came to the man. And he said to him, Are you the man who spoke to this woman? And he said, I am. And Manoah said, Now let your words come true. What is to be the rule for the youth's life and his work? And the messenger of Yah said to Manoah, Let the woman guard all that I said to her. Let her not eat any food that comes from the vine, neither let her drink wine or strong drink, or eat any unclean food. Let her guard all that which I have commanded her. And Manoah said to the messenger of Yah, Please let us detain you, and prepare a young goat for you. And the messenger of Yah said to Manoah, Though you detain me, I do not eat your food. But if you offer an ascending offering, offer it to Yah. For Manoah did not know he was a messenger of Yah. And Manoah said to the messenger of Yah, What is your name? When your words come true, then we shall esteem you. And the messenger of Yah said to him, Why do you ask my name, since it is wondrous to you? And Manoah took the young goat with the grain offering, and offered it upon the rock to Yah. And he did wondrously, while Manoah and his wife looked on. And it came to be, as the flame went up toward the heavens from the slaughter place, that the messenger of Yah went up in the flame of the slaughter place. And Manoah and his wife were watching, and they fell on their faces to the ground. And the messenger of Yah did not appear any more to Manoah and his wife. Then Manoah knew that he was a messenger of Yah. And Manoah said to his wife, We shall certainly die, because we have seen Elohim. But his wife said to him, If Yah has been pleased to put us to death, he would not have accepted an ascending offering and a grain offering from our hands. Nor would he have shown us all this, nor would he have let us hear the like of this. So the woman bore a son, and called his name Shimshon, Samson. And the child grew, and Yah blessed him. And the spirit of Yah began to move him at Menahadan, between Zorah and Istola. Judges 14. And I'm just going to say Samson. And Samson went down to Timnah and saw a woman in Timnah of the daughters of the Philistines. And he went up and informed his father and mother, saying, I have seen a woman in Timnah of the daughters of the Philistines. And now take her for me for a wife. But his father and mother said to him, Is there no woman among the daughters of your brothers among all my people, that you should take a wife from the uncircumcised Philistines? And Samson said to his father, Take her for me, for she is pleasing in my eyes. However, his father and mother did not know that it was of Yah that he was seeking an occasion to move against the Philistines. For at that time the Philistines were ruling over Israel. Then Samson went down to Timnah with his father and mother, and came to the vineyards of Timnah, and saw a young lion roaring as it met him. And the Spirit of Yah came mightily upon him, and he tore it apart as the tearing of a young goat, with naught but his hand. But he did not make known to his father or his mother what he had done. And he went down and spoke to the woman, and she pleased Samson well. And when he returned later to take her, he turned aside to look at the carcass of the lion, and saw a swarm of bees and honey in the carcass of the lion. And he took some of it in his hands and went along eating. And he came to his father and mother and gave them, and they ate. But he did not make known to them that he took the honey out of the carcass of the lion. So his father went down to the woman, and Samson gave a feast there, for young men used to do so. And it came to be, when they saw him, that they brought 30 companions to be with him. And Samson said to them, Please, let me put forth a riddle for you. If you clearly solve and explain it to me within 7 days of the feast, then I shall give you 30 linen garments and 30 changes of garments. But if you are unable to explain it to me, then you shall give me 30 linen shirts and 30 changes of garments. And they said to him, Put forth your riddle, and let us hear it. And he said to them, Out of the eater came forth food, and out of the strong came forth weakness. And for 3 days they were unable to explain the riddle. And it came to be on the 7th day that they said to Samson's wife, Entice your husband to explain the riddle to us, or else we burn you and your father's house with fire. Have you invited us in order to take what is ours? Is it not? And Samson's wife wept before him, and said, You only hate me, and do not love me. You have put forth a riddle to the sons of my people, but you have not explained it to me. And he said to her, Look, I have not explained it to my father or my mother, and should I explain it to you? And she had wept before him 7 days while their feast lasted. And it came to be on the 7th day that he informed her, because she pressed him so much. She then explained the riddle to the sons of her people. And the men of the city said to him on the 7th day, before the sun went down, What is sweeter than honey, and what is stronger than a lion? And he said to them, If you had not plowed with my heifer, you would not have solved my riddle. Then the Spirit of Yah came upon him mightily, and he went down to Ashkelon and struck 30 of their men, stripped them, and gave the changes of garments to those who explained the riddle. And his displeasure burned, and he went back up to his father's house. And Samson's wife was given to his companion, who had been his friend. Judges 15. And it came to be, after some time, in the days of wheat harvest, that Samson visited his wife with a young goat, and he said, Let me go into my wife, into her room. But her father would not permit him to go in. And her father said, Indeed, I thought that you hated her intensely, so I gave her to your companion. Is not her younger sister better than she? please take her instead. And Samson said to them, This time I am blameless regarding the Philistines if I do evil to them. And Samson went and caught 300 foxes, and took torches, and turned them tail to tail, and put a torch between each pair of tails, and set the torches on fire, and sent them out into the standing grain of the Philistines, and burned up both the shocks and the standing grain, even the vineyards and olive trees. And the Philistines said, Who did this? And they answered, Samson, the son-in-law of the Timnite, because he took away his wife, and gave her to his companion. Then the Philistines went up, and burned her and her father with fire. And Samson said to them, Though you do this, yet I shall take revenge on you, and after that I cease. And he struck them hip and thigh, a great slaughter, and went down and dwelt in the cleft of the rock of Aitam. And the Philistines then went up and encamped at Yehudah, and spread out against Lehi. And the men of Yehudah said, Why have you come up against us? And they answered, We have come up to bind Samson, to do to him as he has done to us. Then 3,000 men of Judah went down to the cleft of the rock of Aitam, and said to Samson, Do you not know that the Philistines are rulers over us? Why have you done this to us? And he said to them, As they did to me, so I did to them. And they said to him, We have come down to bind you, to give you into the hands of the Philistines. And Samson said to them, Swear to me not to fall on me yourselves. And they spoke to him, saying, No, but we are certainly going to bind you, and shall give you into their hand, but certainly not kill you. So they bound him with 2 new ropes, and brought him up from the rock. When he came to Lehi, the Philistines came shouting to meet him, and the Spirit of Yah came mightily upon him. And the ropes that were on his arms became like flax that is burned with fire, and his bonds broke loose from his hands. And he found a fresh jawbone of a donkey, and put out his hand and took it, and struck 1,000 men with it. And Samson said, With the jawbone of a donkey, 1 heap, 2 heaps. With the jawbone of a donkey I have stricken 1,000 men. And it came to be, when he had ended speaking, that he threw the jawbone from his hand, and called that place Ramath Lehi. And he became very thirsty, and cried out to Yah, and said, You have given this great deliverance into the hand of your servant, and now am I to die of thirst, and fall into the hand of the uncircumcised? And Elohim split the hollow place that is in Lehi, and water came out, and he drank, and his spirit came back, and he revived. So he called its name In Hakkor, which is in Lehi to this day. And he ruled Israel 20 years in the days of the Philistines.